What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today we're going to test the liquidity of Dynex. And for this, I'm going to be swapping my mined Dynex into Bitcoin and then transferring that into my ledger. For this process, we'll be utilizing TradeOgre. I'll get into the reasons why I do enjoy using TradeOgre for a lot of trades, especially to be getting your BTC. But what's the profitability kind of looking like right now? So Dynex is actually probably the most profitable coin currently to mine on your GPU. We're not here to talk about the project or anything. The bottom line is it is profitable to mine Dynex depending on your power price. So last 24 hours, I did get 20.992 Dynex. If I do come into the current TradeOgre price, that's about 12.6 cents right now. Now it has came down a couple cents here or something. It was up to like 15 cents, but I wasn't there in time. So that is about $2.65 at the current price right now. So if we actually look at a Bitcoin miner, $2.65, we're around the range of the third best BTC miner, but this thing's using over 5,000 watts. And here we're only utilizing like maybe 700 watts. So it's a big deal. Again, this is after your power. So if I were to take the power off, it's only a little over $1 in power. So I would probably be down to, maybe $1.70 or so, maybe $1.60, $1.55. I don't know, after power here. That would bring us down to this range. But we're still making more in terms of swapping to BTC than if I had one of these Bitcoin miners themselves based on my power price. So I have the hardware, I have the GPUs, so why not get paid in the Big Daddy Bitcoin? All right, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be utilizing TradeOgre, and I really do like TradeOgre. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I use them for a lot of trades of coins they do support, and the withdrawal fee is probably the biggest reason. Now, for some people, non-KYC will be the biggest reason. For me, the big one here is the withdrawal fee, which we're going to look at. So right here, we can see the withdrawal fee on Binance, for example, BTC. There's a whole bunch of networks here. Obviously, it's very cheap here on the withdrawal fee. If you were to use BNB Smart Chain, that is Binance's own chain, their BNB token and so on. But we want Bitcoin on its main chain. We don't want Binance's garbage messing with us. Some people might be mad at that statement. Anyway, regardless, so we have Bitcoin here or the SegWit. So most people will probably most likely be using just the normal Bitcoin SegWit here. And that is a withdrawal fee of 0.005. And then if you're just using the other Bitcoin, that is 0.002, which is actually a little bit cheaper here. But regardless, keep an eye on those zeros. Now, Crypto.com is actually the same withdrawal fee as Binance at 0.005. So if we actually look at what that's worth right now, that is about $11.48 at the current price. Now, if Bitcoin was up, this can get upwards of like $50 to $60 withdrawal fee, and it adds up. That's where a lot of these main centralized exchanges do nail you, is that people don't look at these withdrawal fees on the exchanges, and you're going to lose quite a bit of coins, and these guys are going to do nothing but get a lot more rich of people trying to withdraw coins. So I stay away from these, especially just for coin swapping. Now, if you just want to move to a different exchange, swap into Litecoin. Most of these exchanges have very, very cheap Litecoin withdrawal fees, and that's why I call Litecoin the money mover in terms of crypto. So now let's have a look at the Bitcoin withdrawal fee on TradeOgre. And there's actually an extra zero in here. So instead of 3 zeros, there's 4. So let's take a look at that fee to withdraw. So we add another zero in here, and that is only $1.14 compared to $11 of those nice centralized guys. So that's another major reason, or I guess my main reason here for using TradeOgre, especially for withdrawing Bitcoin, is that withdrawal fee is very, very low. All right, as for reason number 2, why I do enjoy TradeOgre, and this might be reason number 1 for some, and that is non-KYC. So what is KYC? KYC is pretty much where you have to upload your identification, driver's license, land location, all sorts of stuff to be verified. And then once you do that, the government knows everything about you and where you put your trades and stuff across those platforms. So this is non-KYC. All they really see here is which wallet addresses are moving coins around. So that's another number 2 for me. And again, like I said, some people that might be a big number 1. All right, so step number one, you're going to want to come into your balances here, find Dynex. Now my coins are already here, but you're going to want to deposit. So simply click on the deposit button and you'll see two things pop up. Some coins only have the single address that you got to send to. With Dynex, you will have a payment ID, and read this out here. This is very important. If you do not include the payment ID, your deposit will be lost. So just like with anything, always test with a small amount of funds. I'm actually going to go back here. You can see I have I'm going to go to deposit history here, actually. And you can see I sent 5 first. I seen it started coming through. So I was like, all right, looks good. Everything's going to be sent here. So then I did send the additional 300 coins behind that, and both have confirmed now. So I'm going to go back to my balances. Now you can see Dynex here. If it's not here, most likely it won't. You can just simply go to the search in the top right, type in Dynex like so, and then click on that deposit button. Here we are back again. We have our wallet address we got to deposit to and the payment ID. So we're going to start by copying this, and then we're going into our Dynex wallet. Now I do have a little more balance here because I'm still continuing to mine it, and I'm probably going to swap it every couple days until this at least is no longer the most profitable coin to mine. So we're going to come into wallet address here. We're going to paste that in like so. We're going to come into our payment ID, and then I'm going to find our payment ID here. We're going to copy that one over, come straight back in here, payment ID, copy in, and then however many funds you want to send. So in this case, I have 7.3. I'm just going to put a 7, hit that send transfer button, and you're good to go. Remember, the first time you ever do this, please make sure to send a very small amount first, especially if you're just learning, so that you don't send the whole lump sum and then all of a sudden something happens, or you had an address wrong, or you accidentally hit a button. Everything is gone. So send a little bit, test the water so you know what's going on. Now it's going to take a little bit until the confirmations kind of pop up. So I'm just going to let you know how that one goes through once we go through this. So I'm going to come back once we do see the confirmations begin. All right, so now you can see we have the pending transaction that we just sent. It's at 4 of 200 confirmations, and you will not have access for these funds to exchange until it does get the full 200 confirmations, which does take something like 6 or 7 hours. So it is a while to do with Dynex sending to the exchange, but that's all right. So I'm just here to swap over these 305 coins that I have. So we're going to go to the markets here. We're going to come in and find our Dynex pairing here with BTC. And then I'm simply going to click Dynex right here. And then it's going to go for this price. We can see this is the amount of BTC that we're going to get. I always like to cross-reference it. So we're going to copy this. And then I'm going to come back into my Bitcoin price here, and we're going to see how much we're going to get. It should be around $38. There we go. So if I sell it, this is the amount of BTC I'm going to get. So I'm going to actually go right back into there and hit the sell button. So how long is it going to take to sell it all? I just sold already. So I didn't even have to wait. So that was pretty quick. It did sell fast. I'm going to go back into my balances now, and we can see I have that amount of Bitcoin within here. So it was fast and easy to sell that Dynex and get my Bitcoin. So now I'm going to want to withdraw this and send that BTC into my ledger. You never want to hold coins on an exchange unless you plan on doing a trade soon. Myself, I did sell some Flux a while ago and I put it in the tether. Now I got the tether back here. I do plan on actually buying back some more Flux. I should gain around 40 to 50 coins in the matter of a week. So that'll be a nice bonus on my end, because when everyone said hodl when the spike happened, I did the opposite and I sold because I want more Flux and buy the dips, sell the highs. All right, so the withdrawal process is pretty simple. Here's my Bitcoin. I'm just going to hit the withdrawal button here. And now if you want, you can just add your address in here if you already have it. Mine is already saved. It's pretty simple. Rabid ledger, like so. And I just want to hit the all button. So we're just going to hit this. That's all the Bitcoin that we just did. Hit the withdrawal button. Now I'm going to have to enter my authenticator code. So bam, there we go. So it is all going to go within my ledger right now. It should be there within a couple minutes. It's pretty fast to do that process. So what I like to do any way you want. I come into my balances here. You can see it's processing. So I just give it a couple refreshes until it finally does say successful. At that point, that's when I do go and wait a couple more minutes and check my wallet to see if it actually arrived. But nothing's going to end up in your wallet until it does finish processing across TradeOver or whatever exchange you're using. But again, like I said, I'm utilizing TradeOver because the withdrawal fees is very, very cheap. So we're going to hit some more refresh. There we go. So we can see it is now successful. So if you messed up on your address, your funds are probably lost in space somewhere, or instead of space, and this way the blockchain. But now I'm going to go to my actual ledger address and we're going to see if funds start showing up. All right, so as you can see, here is my latest operations within my ledger. There's obviously nothing here yet because we just got the successful transition on processing with TradeOver, but I'm going to give it a couple minutes and it will show up. I have everything hidden so you guys don't see how many Lambos I have. You don't know what this big dip was. Maybe I went from 5 million down to 4 million or so on. I wish it was that much, but regardless, we're just going to wait for this transaction to come in now, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, so here it is. I took that Dynex, I moved it into TradeOver, I swapped it in the BTC, pretty easy and fast, and then I sent it into my ledger. Mission successful. Now, I did just check this before I hit the button, and it's actually the $38 that was USD is about worth $50 Canadian. So I just moved $50 worth of Dynex into my ledger wallet in the form of Bitcoin. So there we go. It is fast and simple, guys. There you go, guys. Hopefully this video helps you out in terms of Dynex liquidity and, swap into other coins. Now, you don't have to move it to Bitcoin. You can move it into Flux, into Grin, into, I don't know, Dogecoin, any coin that you feel you want to hodl, or you can simply put this in the fiat, which does take utilizing a centralized exchange where you do need that KYC for the most part. But if you want to know about how to do that, we can look at that in another video. But for now, mine what is most profitable, swap it to the coin that you want to hodl and win. Thank you for checking out this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.